So Cabot Links, again, I would say is really the true links golf course in Canada. You know, you're wedged between the ocean and the community itself of Inverness. You're going to play right into the harbor, right into the mouth of the harbor of Inverness, where all the boats are in the community, the local fishermen. You're going to come back along the coastline. You've got, you know, the massive dunes that are in behind. You'll see them behind 6 as well. So it plays true, like you feel like you're in Scotland. Like it is true links golf, because it just has so much shot value. Knocking that shot down into the open breeze and having to bump and run it everywhere and play that shot 20, 30 yards short of the green just to get it close and play the contours when you do that. You just don't get that everywhere.
All right, guys, this is Cabot Links, first tee time. What a day we're about to have.
So the first hole at Cabot Links is a par 5, great way to start the day. It's pretty generous off the tee. The longer hitters are going to want to catch a little bit off the left-hand bunker. Otherwise, you can hit it straight away, and then you've got a pretty open second shot up to the left-hand side of the fairway. Green is perched up a little bit, so if you hit it to the right of the green, it's going to fall down into low depressions in a deep bunker. But you just, again, you want to bump and run it up the left-hand center of the green and let it roll on.
Nice hot, dude.
So Cabot Cape Breton is definitely one of those golf destinations that you've seen online, you've shared it with your golf buddies, I'm sure, and I'm sure you've got it kind of quietly on your bucket list, and for a good reason. I mean, everywhere that you turn here, the views are incredible. And, you know, believe it or not, it's not that far away. So coming from New York, New Jersey area, an hour-and-a-half flight, super simple. We landed, we had a 3-hour shuttle transportation provided by Cabot, brought us right to the resort. So to be honest with you, the travel was actually pretty easy. It was simple to get here. And once we got here, the views, they greet you instantly. And the golf, I mean, we jumped out and played golf right away. So it was the perfect start to the trip, and we're just glad that we're finally here.
It's gonna be a fun week, man.
It is.
We got weather that's mint all week. I mean, that's one of the things I got nervous about coming into Nova Scotia. It can rain here a lot, but we scored it.
We have probably one of the days you can count on your hand of how many hot days they're gonna get up here. It happens to just be a heat wave that's pushed its way up here. It's gonna get up to about 85, 86 degrees here today.
Yeah.
We'll take it, but the breeze feels good. Tell you what though, Mike, immediately, all this reminds me of is playing in Scotland. I mean, this is,
Yeah.
It's not links-like, this is links golf.
This is it.
From where we are, the proximity, the wind, the ocean, but also the grass, the way the greens play.
Yeah.
It feels like we're right back in Scotland.
Yeah, absolutely does.
You know? I really aired left on the side of forgiveness. Okay. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, look at it keep going, huh? That's great. Okay. This one's definitely gonna be a trickle.
Birdie.
Bang.
Boom.
Love the sound, yeah?
All right.
Ding. Thanks. I gotta say, I really enjoy the greens here. They are definitely something that, you know, I was able to putt on them. They're not too fast, but I say that with just a little bit of a caveat there. And what it really comes down to is the grain. There is a lot of grain in this grass. I think that one thing, they can't make them too fast, just like the greens we saw in Scotland. You can't make them too fast because when it gets really windy here, you can end up having balls moving around on the green. So we're not talking about some of the most lightning fast greens we've ever played. However, if you get a ball downwind and down grain, they can be very slick. So we really relied on our caddy, and definitely pro tip, play here, really rely on your caddy to help with getting the pace right on these greens, because the wind and the grain are two things that are really gonna matter. Next time, right? We spring for the helicopter or what?
You can.
I think someone said in the bar last night that it was a $3,000 ride to the airport. Saves you, you know, 3-hour shuttle drive.
Yeah.
What are the 3 hours worth to you?
Yeah, exactly.
There was Wi-Fi in the van though. It was nice to get in there and just work,
nice.
you know?
Yeah.
I didn't mind it, I'll be honest.
So talking about Links Golf, you know, Ben and you know, used the Rod Whitman design, and the course was so good that it ranked right out of the gate in the top 100 in the world. Unbelievable. And yet Ben wasn't satisfied, and he actually, and this kind of goes to Ben Cowan-Dewar, our founder, and Mr. Mike Kaiser, who's a partner, and just how they really want to make sure it's the best guest experience and the best golf course that could be made. He rerouted it, and you just don't typically do that with a top 100 course in the world. So he did it, and it improved. Actually, improved the routing. It was a better routing, and it got ranked a little higher. And then he still wasn't satisfied. It just wasn't where he felt it could be. So he rerouted it again, and that's what you play today, is the Cabot Links golf course as it should be, and it's fantastic, and it's so much better so that it's been ranked higher than it's ever been ranked. And that just kind of, again, goes to show Ben's vision, and if he has an opportunity to make it a better guest experience and a better golf course, he's going to make it happen. And that's one of the fun things for me, selfishly, to be a part of.
Oh, wind. Oh, it's coming back. Go in. Oh, hit the pin! That hit the pin!
Get that.
Right?
Well done.
So hole number 8 is a par 5. You know, for many, it's a favorite on the golf course for a couple of reasons. It is again. I like going back to the roots of Scottish golf, because you have your blind second shot. You're going to hit your tee shot. If you run one out there, you might get to the bottom of the hill. So you kind of need to gauge how far back you want to be. If you're a long hitter and you get the wind downwind, you could poke one just to the top of the hill, but that's a big poke. So that second shot, this is our the first main double green you're going to probably come across. It's hole 13 and 8 are shared. There's a big catcher's mitt front right of the green on 8 side of it. When you got to really understand where the flag and hole location is. If you do hit it up there, that golf ball is going to kind of curl a little bit to the left side of the green up there.
Get better. Yeah. Get better.
Woo!
But it's, again, just an amazing golf hole. And one interesting fact about that, the width of that green from 13 tip to 8 tip on all the way across is longer than the upper hole, number 14, right above it, as a par 3.
This is a shared green, end to end. It's 110 yards, huge. But you can see from here back this far, the incredible undulations of this green. It reminds me of the old course.
Yeah, it sure does.
You know, this is the only place we saw greens this big and this undulating before, and all the courses we played, I think, was the old course at St. Andrews, and this is kind of the closest thing I've ever seen to it.
Ooh.
Par 4. I'm gonna play a short little hole today, playing downwind. You want to keep it up the high side along that edge of the bunker.
Yeah, I have no problem with that.
Yeah. All right, let's do it. Give it a rip. Straight left today. It's all right. It's not a bad spot there. Yeah. Okay.
So good, it was so good. It was so good, and it kept rolling. These greens, woo, they fast.
Around the greens here, it's pretty natural for people to take out their 56 or their 60 and think that they're going to hit it and stop. And the fescue turf is such that it likes to lay down, and when it gets really firm and fast and dry out, excuse me, it's really tough to stop that ball. So the best play, especially on the tight lies, is playing it with a putter and playing the contours. You'll have wild amount more success. And just watch the British Open when our ownership comes here If they see it lush and green, which we get this time of year when we're just coming out of the winter into our spring, you know, things are going to be much more lush and green. When it's yellow and burnt out and crispy, that's when we love it, because we know the course is playing the way it should. And when it's like that, you have to putt it. You're utilizing that flat blade around the green is so critical, and our caddies will really encourage our players to do that.
Turn.
Whew. Yeah, happy with that pace and everything. That's our flag straight out there.
That's our flag, guys. Number 1 handicap hole here. This hole is actually 640 yards from the tips. Luckily, we're not playing the tips today. So we got about 520 here. 3-shot hole. We're just gonna putt our way up the hill, see what happens. Right there.
Perfect, thank you. I couldn't see where it ended, but I liked all the fist bumps you guys were giving me.
You landed up on this hill. You rolled up and it just trickled down.
Ah, higher. I don't think I would have wanted to hit it harder.
No.
You know, it leaves too much room for error, but
Right, yeah.
a lot more break in it than I thought.
It snapped pretty good there.
Yeah. It's obvious why the Cliffs course gets so much attention with the stunning views that are on those dramatic cliffs. But you get to talking to the people around here, be it the caddies or the guys who work here or just locals who play it often. And it was surprising us how much it would come back that their favorite course was actually the Links course. In fact, one guy told me, he said, you date the Cliffs course, but you marry the Links course. And I think that spells it out perfectly. It's just such a great course to play. There's so much great nuance to it. So, you know, if you do come here for the stunning views of the Cliffs course, make sure you get a round in on the Links course too, and you'll see why so many people rave about it when they play it often. He just said, welcome to the closest we get to Pebble Beach right here. Walk up there and you'll see what I mean.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So hole number 14, par 3, it's right around 100 yards. When you're playing that, there's a couple of elements. One is the wind. That's probably the biggest element. And if you have the opportunity to play it, you know, different times of year, in early spring, it's the wind coming off the north, so it's out of the north, so it's coming off the water. We've had people in the spring and the fall, when that wind switches and cools off, hit 3 irons to 4 irons off that tee to try and, you know, get there. Some even will hit driver at the odd time. So it's kind of a fun one where, as you know, in this time of year when their prevailing wind comes in out of the south, southeast, that's when you're really getting challenged. The green does, as you get elevated down to the green, it slopes away front to back. And when you hit it, you've really got to nip that club so that you try and land on the front edge in order just to keep it on the green, because it will want to try and roll over the back. So short, but it is tough. It's a tricky one. Little infinity green there for sure.
Oh, got a great kick.
Yeah.
Beautiful shot.
Thank you.
Stay.
Stay.
You're good.
Look at her roll though.
Good shot.
That downwind, down grain is just
Yeah.
tough to stop.
It's like they say, wait till it stops rolling to say good shot. See him fishing out there? Catching our dinner.
That's right.
We have an incredible dinner ahead of us tonight. At the barn, they do this big seafood dinner. I mean, we're going bibs. We're doing it all. I mean, we're here. We're gonna experience all of it. It's not just the golf here, man. The food is incredible.
Okay, be good.
Run up.
Okay, start from.
Oh!
Just like.
Good one.
Thanks.
18 is at Links is known by the caddies as the fairway to heaven. You got the two steeples in the background, which are your targets, and when you're playing that hole, if you can fire it away at that, you'll get a kicker off that slope that just past midpoint of the fairway, and that'll kick you down by the fairway bunker ahead if you really catch one.
Nice. Best drive of the day.
I saved it for here.
Yeah.
Purposely.
Go out on that.
Yeah.
Lunch tastes better when you do.
Sure does.
That second shot, you know, ideally if you're a little bit center, maybe even left center of the fairway, gives you a little better angle at that hole because the green extends a little left to right and it's pretty long. And it's, you know, you always have a gallery there hitting that second shot in. So if you're short of the green and you're putting from the windows right by Panorama or by Cabot Bar, you'll get a few wraps on the window as people are hitting shots there.
Catch that hill and we're real good. Come on. Come on. Come on. Let's go.
Hey, that's phenomenal.
Woo!
Especially in front of a crowd.
So of course, you know, it's the Cliffs course and the stunning views and all the pictures that come out of it that just draw so many people here to Cabot Cape Breton. But having played today the Links course, I can truly say that this is not just a single star here. It's not just a one and done location. You've got two spectacular courses here, and the Links course is something, having had the fortunate opportunity to play some amazing Links courses when we were in Scotland and in England, I can truly say that this absolutely goes head to head with some of the best Links golf courses anywhere else in the world. It is truly an amazing destination, and it's one you absolutely have to put on your must-play list.